Hello everybody and welcome to a new video at the Dank Eurovision Incorporated YouTube channel. I have a lot to talk about regarding ESC 250, and last year I made a rant video and a lot of people got really mad at me for it, and here's why I'm mad at you guys. Let me express my voice here, okay? I'm joking. No. Last year I was mad. This year, I'm furious, and here's why. Well, I wouldn't say furious, but just hear me out, you guys. Just legit, just hear me out. ESC 250. I voted. I casted my votes. Very important time of the year. And, you know, I was really excited to see how this year would go. Because everybody's like speculating Måneskin's gonna dethrone Euphoria. Måneskin's gonna dethrone Euphoria. And I kept my fingers crossed and I said, this may be the year Euphoria gets dethroned. It will no longer be number one. It's gonna break the streak. And I was here for it. I was here, I was sitting down and I was like, yes, yes ma'am, we are here. I'm listening, I'm sitting in my car. It's in the afternoon because, you know, in the United States, time zones are different. So I just, you know, it was like 5 p.m. when we were reaching like the top 5. And I was in my car. And I was just patiently waiting. Like, I just sat there. I was like, you know, I was like, it's either, for some reason, I was convinced for the longest time that Ukraine had the potential to actually dethrone Euphoria instead of Måneskin. Like, I thought Goe was gonna take the crown. I thought they were gonna do it. I was like, you know what? This song's been very popular. I think that I think it's one of the most, if not one of the most popular Eurovision songs of now. Like, it just kind of exploded, and it did gain, you know, a lot of global traction. A lot of people were listening to it around the world. It, you know, it became one of the top songs on Spotify. It charted internationally, and it was the first Ukrainian song to do so. So I said, it's gonna be between Måneskin or Ukraine. I was wrong. Very wrong. Neither of those did it. Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was Ukraine, 3rd place, Goe. Ziti Buoni with Måneskin, 2nd place. And then Euphoria. But let me tell you something. I was sitting in my car, doing absolutely nothing, you know, just listening to this. I was on a drive and listening to this. Like, I had my ESC ready to go. And I was like, alright, fingers crossed. Top 3. No, I don't know why I said top 3, but this is the winner. This is the year it's gonna happen, and I can't wait to see it. And keep in mind, I don't hate Euphoria, but I really wanted Euphoria to get dethroned because it would have been a sight to see. I waited, and then all of a sudden, I was like, number 2. And the moment I heard that riff, I was like, nope. We didn't do it. It's not gonna happen. At this point, I just think that Euphoria, at this point in time, it's gonna be number 1 by the time all of us are gone. I mean, come on. Don't get me wrong. It's a great song. I was actually singing to it when it came on. I was like, you know what? I'm disappointed. I'm furious. But I get the hype. I love this song. And I finally learned that from last year. I finally understood that this song is actually really, really good. Now, for me, this is one of my... you know, this year was really great for Eurovision. And I've been meaning to make videos about this, but this year Eurovision... Well, I wouldn't say this year because we're in 2022, but like last year's Eurovision was just phenomenal in so many ways. And I was like, I don't know, any of these songs have the potential to dethrone Euphoria, especially Italy's song, Ziti Buoni. Maybe Shum. Maybe Dark Side. Who knows? maybe 10 years. Who knows? I thought it was a toss-up between all of them. But no, Euphoria ended up getting the crown again. And like I said, I'm not mad. I'm salty, but I'm not mad. You know, and speaking of ESC 250, I did horrible this year compared to last year because I had a lot of songs that I really wanted to see and none of them made it. And this is the first year that I did not vote for Toshi Proeski. Not because I got bored of life. Keep in mind, I'm a big Toshi Proeski stan. And I will say that to the day I die. I'm a huge stan of Macedonia 2004 and it is my winner. But this year I voted for different songs because I play ESC radio at work religiously every day for 5 to 6 hours daily. And you know, there were some songs that I really started playing in my head that I couldn't get out of my head. I want to say playing in my head because that sounds weird, but I couldn't get out of my head because they were playing constantly on repeat and on repeat. And so I had this earworm of some songs that I just could not stop thinking about. And one of them was Norway 2006. Although it didn't make it on my ESC 250, I don't know why. I was thinking about a lot of 2006 songs got stuck in my head, and this is why, to me, 2006 was one of the best years of Eurovision, in my opinion, because I feel like there was a lot of iconic songs. With that being said, I did not do very good this year. And I was also disappointed in ESC 250 this year because Karma didn't make it in the top ESC 250. I thought it would. But no, other Albanian songs made it, and I don't think there were that many this year. And so I was very disappointed about that. Very sad. Angry. Upset. Enraged. All the synonyms of being angry, I was.
Cut the cameras. Dead ass.
But out of the 10 songs that I voted for, only 3 made it this year. Last year, it was 7 out of 10. Either I don't have taste, or Europe doesn't have taste. I'm just kidding. Please don't come for me. But I probably just don't have taste. But these were songs that I thought were going to make it. Some of them were kind of obscure. But I remember that one year I voted for Lorraine, Bulgaria 2005, and a lot of people were like questioning it. They're like, why are you voting for that one? Like, literally nobody likes that one. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure people like this one. Like, I'm pretty sure people like Lorraine. It's a good song. But I don't know. And my thing is that I did so bad this year. Like, you guys don't understand. I was so sad because the ones that I voted for didn't make it in ESC 250. I'll have to get that screenshot pulled up because you guys are going to see how bad it was. I cried that some of them didn't make it. I was so sad that some of them didn't make it. But, you know, regardless of that, regardless of Euphoria winning again and Måneskin not winning, or, you know, my favorites not making it, I still love Eurovision. I still love ESC 250. I still love Euphoria. Who cares? Moving on to another topic that I want to talk about and discuss on the topic of global streams and international fame. Can I just say this? Måneskin, man, I am proud of them. I am literally the same age as Victoria DeAngelis. And she's doing better than I am. I'm literally going to college and talking to you guys on YouTube and making music, but they're international superstars. And I absolutely love that because, and here's why I am so proud of how Eurovision and Eurovision artists are getting more recognition. Because when I started watching Eurovision as a 13-year-old, my first show was 2014. You know, just kind of really getting into Eurovision as a middle schooler. and nobody being like the most obscure topic anybody knows about. Like, I never met anybody who knew about Eurovision at the time, so it was just like really weird. And I was convinced for a while that I was like the only Euro fan in the United States of America. I wasn't, though, but you know, people were like, oh yeah, I've heard about it here and there. Then in 2019, Duncan Lawrence wins, and Arcade is all over the radio, even in the tiny town that I live in the Midwest. Who would have thought? I wouldn't, you know, it made me happy to hear Arcade. But when I heard Begging on the radio in the United States, and, you know, talking about Eurovision, and, you know, seeing Måneskin tour, and being on the AMAs, on billboards, on radio interviews, even at the New Year's show that is in the United States, Dick Clark's New Year's Eve, it is very iconic. And to me, this is something that makes me so proud, you know, growing up a Euro fan up until from like the age of 13, 14 up until now. And it makes me just so happy to see that, you know, Måneskin, Duncan Lawrence, Netta, because Netta was on the Today Show like in 2018. And, you know, seeing, you know, people listening to these Eurovision songs. I mean, granted, not everybody knows what Eurovision is, or they watch it like we do, like religiously. People who watch Dank Eurovision, people who are on the Euro fandom, Stan Euro fandom, who are avid Eurovision watchers. They may not be fans like that, but they're, you know, Eurovision is starting to get recognition, and I think that's absolutely great. And I think, you know, not only did Måneskin get so popular, Maroof made international headlines. I mean, technically she didn't participate, but she won the national selection, but she still made headlines, and she, you know, gained a lot of fans. Like, she's doing a US tour, but I can't go see her because I'm broke. So, that's not the point. But you've got a lot of, you know, people who have come to the US and gained fans. Like, for example, Maria Sherifovic came to St. Louis to do a concert, and I almost went to that, but COVID hit and I wasn't able to go. Then you got Zeljko Joksimovic, who goes a lot to Chicago. You got Jelena Karlusha. I mean, she's not a Eurovision like participant, but a lot of people know her in the Balkans, and I know I've met a few fans who are fans of her music. Okay, that made no sense. I met a lot of people who are fans of her music and have, you know, gone to her concerts in the US, but she doesn't come very often. You've got a lot of artists who have been in Eurovision or have ties to Eurovision one way or another who have come to the United States, and I think that's really cool. And so a lot of them are starting to gain recognition here. But Måneskin's win is so monumental that, you know, seeing these like kids who are my age, the same age as me, which blows my mind, who are so talented, who have been skyrocketed to international fame. And to me, I think that's going to gain a lot of traction in Eurovision. And, you know, seeing Måneskin just kind of succeed makes me so happy. But what doesn't make me happy is that they don't play Zitto Buoni or any of their Italian songs. That's just something that kind of makes me sad to see. But, you know, enough of that. I think that Eurovision's going to gain that international recognition that it deserves, you know. And yeah, there's been some songs that have become popular before that have become memes. For example, you got Rockefeller Street. I absolutely despise that song, but it became a meme because it's the internet. So there's you know, a lot of meme potential in a lot of things. Then you got Dancing Lascia Tumbai. You got you know, Epic Sax Guy. That's the biggest one, and I heard about that before I became a Eurovision fan as like the Epic Sax Guy. Oh, have you heard the Epic Sax Guy? And that was my ringtone before I knew it came from Eurovision. So to me, just kind of seeing how Eurovision is becoming this big thing due to like these artists. Oh, and you got ABBA. I almost forgot about ABBA. ABBA, Celine Dion. You get the list. You get the gist. You know, it's just phenomenal to me and monumental. So I just kind of wanted to put that out there. But ESC 250, Måneskin, all the things I talked about in this video, priceless. So anyway, I'll leave you guys to think about that and let me know what you think is gonna happen this year. Now, I'm recording a bunch of videos back to back, so there's gonna be a lot of videos coming out back to back. Anyway, you guys, it was lovely talking to you, having this conversation and making my comeback. And I think you guys are awesome. Thank you for watching Dank Eurovision, and welcome to one of my rants. Thank you, and goodbye.
A slave, I wanna be a monster. I wanna make your heartbeat run like roller coasters. I wanna be a good boy, I wanna be a gangster. Cause you can be the beauty and I could be the monster.